Good morning everybody, my name's Tony Carpenter from Smart Vision Lights, and it's really great to be here back at the Vision Show 2021 to meet all our customers and friends face to face. We do have some interesting things to talk about today from SVL, and I want to break it into two categories. First of all, talk about the factory. In the last 18 months we've doubled the capacity, doubled the size of our factory, and we've added two new business units. First business unit is to add an SMT line so that we can bring in manufacturing into the factory and not have it done by our subcontractors. Second is a machine shop. So now we can do some fabrication and do some machining and manufacture and design our own housings. So that's the factory side. As you notice from the video, if you have a look at our video on the website, you'll see that the roof is covered in solar panels. So we're self-sufficient and energy efficient within the factory as well. So it's a state-of-the-art factory. We also have a brand new training facility where we can do online training, but also we're hoping, as COVID lifts obviously, we can do face-to-face training. So we're inviting our customers to come to the factory and have trainings. And we can also see these online. So that's what's happening within the factory. Also, we're obviously producing products, and we're producing new products. I'd like to maybe introduce you to a couple of those, starting with an old product. One of our customers' old favorites is our L300 and our S75 product. These products have been around for a long time. We've now done a Gen 2 of these products, where these are now multi-drive. This means within one product, just one product, one part number, you can decide to either overdrive or have constant on. So now you have only one part number and not two. So that's the first thing. Second thing is maybe to discuss one of our brand new lights. This is the LTF product. And as you can see, we have 3 rows of LEDs. And you can see there's a different look about those LEDs. The reason for that is they have different lenses. So we have 3 independent rows with 3 different lens configurations. This means that what you can do, obviously, when you're setting the light up, is with different brightnesses on those 3 different lens angles, you can set up a very good unified field of view on your product. Second thing about this is you'll see this dongle attached to this light. This is a Bluetooth dongle. What this allows you to do you can connect via an app on your phone, and you can now change the brightness and change the configuration of the light itself. You can then, you can then save it to the light and remove the dongle, and the light then saves that configuration. So it makes integration, your system integrator, your factory integrator, very simple setup. We also have, maybe I'll switch this off. It's fairly bright. This is a LZE product, or LZE as we call it in English. This has got, as you can see, 1 row of LEDs, but we have 3 zones. And again, you can decide on the brightness of each of these zones, again via a Bluetooth app. The other important thing I would say about this light and a lot of our newer lights, we have something called nano drive. So not only is this multi-drive, so you can have it on continuous, or you can overdrive it, but when you switch the light on, typically you have a latency of the trigger reaching the light and the light being on at 100% brightness. Okay, so typically the profile would look like this. The trigger is here, you switch the light on, it takes some time before the light is fully on. So in a system, typically you build a delay. So you say, I want to take an image, I need to switch the light on first. Okay, now the light's on, now I can take my image, now I can switch the light off. With nano drive technology, means it now looks like this. So the trigger is received, the light is on in nanoseconds. So with that light now coming on to 100% in nanoseconds, means it's faster than the camera. So now you only need 1 trigger to the light and the camera, and you know when the camera takes the image, the light is on at 100%. Thing to bear in mind with that is, although it looks like this, the trigger length still has to maintain our 10% duty cycle. So that is, the light is on for 10 milliseconds, it has to be off for 90 milliseconds before you can strobe again. or 4.5 kilohertz, whichever is the best, right? So with the signal looking like this, the trigger and the light looking like this, it's on very quickly. It means that you're going to get the light on at 100% for a longer time. So now you can shorten the exposure time and obviously get better depth of field, etc. So a lot of our new lights, you'll see the NanoDrive signal, the NanoDrive logo, which means that product has NanoDrive built in. Something else maybe to very quickly explain is LLPX. LLPX is as you can see, is a backlight. This one is RGBW, and it's being controlled by a driver and an LLM. And as you can see, what we're doing here is we're doing color mixing. So with the RGBW, we can obviously, and this is on just a normal run, so that it's showing you the different colors. But now that's fine-tunable. The LEDs in the LLPX are around the outside. So the LEDs are shining inwards like this. And what this does, it gives you much better homogeneity. Obviously, depending on your working distance. And maybe one other product to show you is this strange looking light. It's not a bar light, it's not a ring light. it's a rectangle light. And the reason for this is all very good in the packaging industry, where you're looking at boxes, for example. Obviously, you have the camera mounted in the middle here, but what you can do with this particular light is you can change the angle of these boards. But the beauty about this, obviously, in this plane here, you can have the boards horizontal, or you can tip them out 20 degrees on all four sides. So you can have a combination of that, which gives you optimum FOV, field of view, on your object below. And then obviously with this, you've got this quadrant light in the middle, this quadrant ring light. This is obviously used for photometric stereo. So this is where you turn lights on and off on the different quadrants to get your shadowing, and you then render those 3, 4, 5, 6 images that you get, obviously, to get your 3D imaging, so photometric stereo. We also have lots of this, so this is some of our new products. Obviously, you see we have a fairly small stand here. We didn't know whether it was going to happen, not happen, but we have, I think from memory, maybe 36 new products on the list, ready, you know, in various stages of design to come out. So hopefully you'll see those coming out in the next few months.